Hello, Mr. Nathan. This is Ned from Computer Application Block B, and this is my software drives hardware presentation project. First off, what I want and why. Now, there are three softwares that I want. One of them is a video editing software, and the other two are animation software. And I wanted them because I wanted to be an animator. The first and most important is Autodesk 3ds Max 2012. It's a commonly used animation software, and it is used to create objects and give them motions. And your requirements are with Microsoft Windows 7 Professional 64, Microsoft Windows Vista Business 64, or Microsoft Windows XP Professional 64 operating system. You need an Intel 64 or AMD 64 processor. You need 4 gigabytes of RAM, though 8 gigabytes is recommended. You need 3 gigabytes of free hard drive space. You need Direct3D 10, Direct3D 9, or OpenGL capable graphics card, 256 megabyte or higher video card memory, but 1 gigabyte is recommended. You'll need a 3-button mouse with mouse driver software, and also you need a DVD-ROM drive. And this software I want now. The next is Autodesk Motion Builder 2012. It is also an animation software, though it cannot create objects. It still can make much more realistic motions than 3ds Max, and it requires an operating system like Microsoft Windows Vista Business 64 Edition, Microsoft Windows XP Professional 64 Edition, Microsoft Windows 7 Professional operating system. You'll need Intel Pentium 4 processor or an AMD Athlon processor. You need a qualified hardware accelerated OpenGL 2.1 graphics card. You also need 2 gigabytes of free hard drive space. Setup requires additional temporary disk space for your system and a temporary folder when decompressing files during installation. You also need 4 gigabytes of RAM and a USB cam for live video input. And I want this software now. The last is Adobe After Effects CS 5.5. This is a video editing software similar to iMovie and Movie Maker, but it has more tools and features, and it requires a 64-bit operating system like Microsoft Windows Vista Home Premium, Business, Ultimate, or Enterprise with Service Pack 1, or Windows 7. You need Intel Pentium 4 or AMD Athlon 64 processor, though Intel Core i3, i5, or i7 or AMD Phenom 2 is recommended. You need 2 gigabytes of RAM, 3 gigabytes of available hard disk space, plus 2 gigabytes of space for optional content. You need OpenGL 2 compatible graphics card, and you might need QuickTime 762 software, but only if you're using QuickTime features, and this program is not as important, so I would want them later. Now, to handle these three softwares, my computers will need a Windows 7, and I figured the best would be Intel Core i7. I'll need 8 gigabytes of RAM and plenty of hard drive space, and an OpenGL 2.1 video card. I went online and found Dell XPS 15, but some of the specifications don't meet my requirements, so I had to customize it, and I chose second generation Intel Core i7 with 2.4 gigahertz in Windows 7 Professional 64-bit OS, and I chose 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of hard drive space, and I chose GeForce GT 540M graphics card with 2 GB graphics, and that'll be it for my presentation. Thanks for watching.